Morning YouTube, welcome to All Four Queens. Wow, Monday morning. I've got a secret. I've either got a secret police officer or somebody that is obsessed with my system, because they keep sending lots of things so they can get into the system. But it would just be easy if you knock on the door. If you're really that interested in what I'm doing, then just come and knock on the door, because all I'm listening to is handpan music. Hey ho, it is what it is. Hope everyone's doing well. Obviously it appears that we had a period of lull and now we're back into this. Got to see everything that she's doing and probably steal it and whatever, but hey ho, it is what it is. So hope everyone's doing well. I hope you're recovering from the weekend and you're keeping up your spiritual practices. So I was sitting and I got the word cover up, corrupt, but I think that was more corruption and truth. And I was guided to a couple of things. Now, I've written quite a lot around cover up and the corruption, so I'm only going to read a few of those scriptures, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump into the book of John and read part of that as well, and then I've got some cards to show you as well, so hopefully it'll all tie in together, because the cards, I think where we're going with this is the truth. Obviously it's God's truth. God always tells us the truth, doesn't he? He doesn't lie. And then the cards that popped out are a little bit of the ongoing story, and then obviously the corruption verses with some of the truth, and then I'll read a little bit out of John as well, so hopefully that'll make sense. Anyway, so let's read the corrupt first, because I did write quite a few on this, and then I'll go back to it, because there's quite a lot to talk about. So remember I said that I would always give a prelogue as to what it is. So Proverbs main aim gives us the opportunity to look at life through God's eyes, his all-knowing eternal point of view, and live according to the divine truth to bring into proper focus. So that's what Proverbs is about, and the first one is obviously Proverbs. So let me get to Proverbs. Cover up. Proverbs 28:13. He who conceals his sins will not prosper, but whoever confesses and forsakes them will have mercy. Proverbs 3:5-6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him and he will make straight your path. And I have to attest to that, because obviously I led on, I was picked up, wasn't I? And I'd never forgotten it. I just didn't do it openly. I just did it in private, purely because of the family that I grew up in. Proverbs 10:12. Hatred stirs up strife, but love covers all offences. Now, there's also fear on here as well, but I'm going to not do the fear, because I might do fear separately. But then the Timothy 6:10 says, money can only do what you tell it to do. Money is not the root of all evil, but the love of money is the root of all evil. And if you remember in the previous one, it says, love not, you can't serve two gods. It's either God or money. So, and then Acts 8:20. Peter answers, may your money perish with you because you thought you could buy the gift of God with money. I think that refers to, if you look at today's world, that refers to those that obviously practice in churches. And I've got another piece on churches I want to do as well. So let's go back to the book of John, because John talks around, the purpose of the book of John is around sharing the fact of Jesus, that he is obviously the Son of God, and also the 7 miracles that he did within the book of John. And it also provides us with that God is all things into being because of Jesus. So, and the importance of having a personal relationship with Jesus, pray to him and trust in him. He's near. He's near to all who call on him, to all who call on him in truth. So remember what we said. You know, everything about God is truth. I mean, I don't. I mean, obviously, I've not looked at other people's stuff, but me, I have a relationship, and I've said this before. My church is within, and the reason why I've done that for now is because when I've approached other churches, I'm not. The feeling that I've had is not the feeling that one should have, and obviously intuition is intuition, isn't it? So I build my relationship directly, and I would strongly suggest anybody do that. You know, with Jesus, you know, with whoever you believe, assuming it's of the light, obviously, and get a warmer, a closer relationship with your ancestors, which is your intuition and your higher self. You know, so but yeah, that would be my suggestion. But obviously, you know, everyone to their own. I mean, bear in mind, people have been trying to block my intuition for years with lots of crazy stuff, as I've said on previous ones. So what they didn't know is what it was being restored and rebuilt. So hey ho, it is what it is, isn't it? Right, so let's do John 16:3, and then we'll get into the cards. Right, no, so what I was going to do, sorry, I'll do 16:2, which is the world hates the disciples, and then we'll go into the other one. So let's crack on. The world hates the disciples. If the world hates you, keep in mind that it hated me first. If you belong to the world, it would love you as its own. As it is, you do not belong to the world, but I have chosen you out of the world. That is why the world hates you. Remember the words I spoke to you. No servant is greater than his master. If they persecuted me, they will persecute you also. If they obeyed my teaching, they will obey yours also. They will treat you this way because of my name, for they do not know the one who sent me. If I had not come and spoken to them, they would not be guilty of sin. Now, however, they have no excuse for their sins. He who hates me hates my Father as well. If I had not done among them what no one else did, they would not be guilty of sin. But now they have seen these miracles, and yet they have hatred, both me and my Father. But this is to fulfill what is written in their law. They hated me without reason. When the counselors came, whom I will send to you from the Father, the Spirit of truth, who comes out from the Father, he will testify about me, and you also must testify, for you have been with me from the beginning. Sorry, I've jumbled a bit over that, didn't I? All this I have told you so that you will go astray. They will put you out of the synagogue. In fact, a time is coming when anyone who kills you will think he is offering a service to God. They will do such things because they have not known the Father or me. I have told you this so that when the time comes you will remember that I warned you. I did not tell you this at the time because I was with you. Right, so I'm going to stop it there. So basically, Jesus obviously is telling everybody around, you know, the word of God, and people are not believing him and are not believing in the miracles that he's doing. They're trying to say that he's not of God, basically. But obviously, you know, we know he is, and well, I know he is. I mean, whatever you believe, but So that's where he's saying that they started to hate upon his disciples. Now, you could say in the modern day, the likes of myself and the collective, who are just trying to do, you know, bring out the truth of things that have been hidden but never really hidden. You know, you get attacked for it because people don't want the truth. They only want to live in this bubble of illusion and lies. And you can't live in a world of corruption, lies and deceit and dishonesty. Not everybody wants that. And what do I mean by that? I'm not saying you can't be dishonest, deceitful and corrupt. All I'm saying is, like I talk about in the dark and the light, all I say is be honest about it. That's all, because what's going to happen is your secrets come out anyway, but they're never secrets, because if you remember in the previous one, God is the holder of secrets. So he knows anyway, and like I said before, when everyone was trying to block me, they were just going straight up there. So, you know, there is no such thing as a secret, because it's your Akashic record, if that's what you believe in, obviously. So anyway, let's get back onto the work of the Holy Spirit. Now I'm going to him who sent me, yet none of you ask me, where are you going? Because I have said these things, you are filled with grief. But I tell you the truth, it is for your own good that I am going away. Unless I go away, the counsellors will not come to you. But if I go, I will send them to you. When he comes, he will convict the world of guilt in regard to sin and the righteousness of judgment. Excuse me. In regard to sin, because men do not believe in me. In regard to righteousness, because I am going to the Father, where you can see me no longer. In other words, he's going to pass away, aren't he? And in regard to judgment, because the prince of this world now stands condemned. I have much to say to you, more than you can hear, more than you can bear. But when he, the Spirit of truth, comes, he will guide you into all truth. He will not speak on his own, he will speak only what he hears, and he will tell you what is yet to come. He will bring glory to me by taking from what is mine and making it known to you. All that belongs to the Father is mine. That is why I said the Spirit will take from what is mine and make it known to you. In a little while you will see me no more, and then after a little while you will see me. Okay, so that's obviously where Jesus is talking around, you know, no one believes him, and he knows his things are going to happen, and he's obviously going to move on. But what he's saying is the Spirit of truth prevails. And I think from my perspective, I've always said that, you know, the truth prevails. It doesn't matter what lie you tell or how you tell it. Eventually, it's going to come out, because the only thing that has to be remembered are lies. The truth is the truth. You don't need to lie about the truth, and it will always prevail over darkness. So I suppose the point on this one is better to be honest with the truth, no matter how much it's going to hurt. It's the truth. And so because people haven't done that, and I think, you know, I'm not just the only one, you know, there's a collective of people, because people haven't done that, the consequences for their actions is far greater, because it's gone on too long. So for every moment in time they've sat not telling the truth, that's karma, because you get karma for actions, but you get karma for inactions. So if you're sitting on a secret or you're sitting on a lie and you're not speaking it, you're going to get karma for that. So I think it's just a case of be mindful, because that's how it works. And obviously we all find out eventually anyway, don't we? I mean, I've known for quite some time. But obviously, you know, in some of my early ones, you'll see that's the whole reason why we've got to push this. They were desperate to push this mental health issue, because unfortunately in this world, if you can get something like that, then it sort of like supposedly discredits people. But then for me, that's discrimination, isn't it? So there's two ways of looking at that. But, you know, I don't have mental health. I just know the truth, and so does God. And people don't like the truth because they rather sit in sin and in their secrets and their lies. Hey ho, it is what it is. Anyway, let me show you the cards. So this is what they're saying in terms of the cards now. And I don't know if anyone saw the other one with the cards that I pulled it the other day. So the story goes on. Obviously there's the young and the old, so bear with me because I'm trying to do it the best way I can. So they're not working on healing. That's how I see it. They're not working on healing. The lovers, remember the people that swapped destinies, are holding on. Now they could be holding on to Four of Pentacles, or they could be holding on, because the next card that comes in, holding on to the illusion or the confusion. But they do regret taking the cup, but in the past, is it regret or is it remorse? Because they were waiting. Remember, the ship's coming in. They were waiting for the Ten of Pentacles. So they were waiting for some money. The family of the Queen of Cups. They looked within, because obviously that's I always look at that as a bit of your Dark Knight of a Soul card, but you know, it is actually the Emperor who goes within, and then, but you know, for this purpose, it's they went within. About the emotional abuse, let's say that. The Star, emotional abuse that the Star is now angry or jealous, could be angry and jealous. With the Queen of Pentacles, love message to collaborate or was investigated, one of the two. About the past, remember there was the devil who got inserted into everything, the devil got into God's plan. About the past devil, who was the magician, who did magic or had a new beginning. On the King of Wands, because bear in mind they're not necessarily the knights anymore, they've gone into the kings. Who's watching the Judgment because it was a trap, or the Emperor is in prison. You know, spiritual 3D. Because that's the Emperor there. So yeah, it was a trap for the Emperor because they used the magic to trap the Emperor, either to get him into prison or to trap him. It came to light that they're now all fighting to get some sort of balance, because they're not balanced, so they're trying to juggle. They're not balanced because of the actions. Now that could be because of the actions they took, or because the Knight of Wands took action, but they tried to get away to calmer waters. So he moved away to calmer waters from the Knight of Cups. So he moved away to calmer waters from the Knight of Cups, who's now heartbroken about the Two of Cups, which was a secret, remember? So the Two of Cups, that was a secret, that was never a secret, but they think it was a secret. Third party, because they interjected into the God's plan, didn't they? Now there's regret, or is it remorse? We don't know. Because the King of Pentacles lied about me being not here, for a better word, I think. You know, black magic and all that stuff they were trying to do. And it wasn't a victory. So, the point of that is, if you look at the Bible and the truth, you know, I've got the truth, we've all got the truth, and we all have intuition to know what the truth is and what it isn't. The cards obviously clarify what we already know, and obviously as the energy changes and, you know, things move on, I've got more cards to do after this one, because I can't do it all in one go, because obviously I don't have a table for a start off, so I'm doing it the way that I'm doing it to make it easy, but also relating it. So I'll share the second half of this story. But yeah, so that's where we are today. They're all heartbroken because obviously the secret relationship that was not a secret is now out, isn't it? And obviously there was lies around me not being here, which was around all this money as well. Interesting. Anyway, I'm going to go. Have a fantastic day. Wait for part 2 and part 3 probably. Food for thought on the truth, stand in your righteousness, always speak the truth, even if it's not nice. It's the honourable thing to do, and you don't catch karma for doing that if you do it with love. And obviously you always do it with love anyway, don't you? So take it easy, love you lots, and I'll see you soon. Bye.